My name's Jim. I'm with CGC Sports Illustrated. This is an unboxing video. So, lots of stuff to talk about. For starters, I'm totally superstitious. I'm rocking, you see that, rocking my Pink Floyd t-shirt today. Looking for some good juju as I get these grades and open this box. Let's talk for a second about magazine pressing. I still get lots of questions about magazine pressing, and I totally get it. If you come from sports cards, you know, you can't press a sports card. If you do, it's going to come back altered from PSA, and they're not going to grade it, and they're going to label it as altered. But these aren't sports cards. And in fact, magazines are much more like comic books. And comic book pressing is a well-respected and approved way to improve your grade. In fact, so much so that CGC offers their own pressing services that you can use. So a couple of things about that. Yes, I get all my magazines pressed regardless. I press every single issue. I've been doing that for years since even before I was pressing myself, I used to have CGC press my issues. So yes, I get every single one of my issues pressed. Yes, I'm a huge believer in pressing. Yes, I do press issues for other collectors. If you are interested in my magazine pressing service, just drop a comment here on this YouTube or shoot me a DM on social media. My username is CGC Sports Illustrated on every social media platform. Other thing I want to talk about is I get these unboxed and, oh, these are right side up. Okay, good. Something I've started doing, which is kind of fun, is I'm doing much better in keeping a spreadsheet and a database of all the issues that I send into CGC. And part of that database and information that I put in there when I send them in is projecting the grade. So now I haven't been, and I started doing it, you know, maybe 5-6 months ago. So submissions that I sent in, you know, at modern or the economy tier, which take a year or so, I won't have, you know, projections for those. But some of these, including this box, I've got my own projections. So we'll see how well I did. Very interesting box. So I got football, I got basketball, I've got 1, 2, 3 first covers, including one that I've never owned before. The other 2 I've owned before. And also, Super Bowl program. Super Bowl game program. I had a World Series program in one of my more recent boxes, and I own a lot of vintage World Series programs. I own a lot of vintage Super Bowl programs as well, so this is going to be fun. If you're new to this, I know exactly what these issues are. I don't know what the grades are. You get my surprise reaction, either ecstatic or devastated, because I don't peek at the grades in advance. And let's have some fun and rock and roll and see what we got here. Okay, pretty good. If you don't recognize this, this is actually the game program from Super Bowl I. They didn't call it Super Bowl I at the time. That was a name that was retroactively applied. In fact, I think the first time the term Super Bowl used was for Super Bowl III. So for Super Bowl I and II, at the time when it was played, they called it the World Championship game, AFL versus NFL. And then, you know, as time went by, the term Super Bowl caught on and they retroactively applied it. So this is a Super Bowl I game program. The game took place on January 15th, 1967. You can see this is a beautiful, beautiful 7.5. Very respectable grade, especially considering, look at that crease that breaks color. Woo, that's beautiful. That'll tell you that the rest of the magazine is in really, really good shape, because that's probably, I'm going to say that's a point and a half, maybe as much as 2-point deduction just for that nasty spine, or that nasty crease that breaks color right there. Very cool. I caught this in the Super Bowl this year in February 2022. They had a number of graphics that came up on the screen during the Super Bowl, and they showed this image. So kind of becoming an iconic image. Let's go through the pop report on this. There is one 9.6. Can you imagine having that? Actually, I think I saw that. It was first, I think somebody had it listed on eBay. Within the last couple of years, I think they were asking about 10 grand for it, and I don't think it's sold. My guess is it'd be worth a lot more than that today than what they were asking then. But there's one 9.6, there are 3 9.4s, there are 2 9.2s. My projection on this was 7.0, you know, because of that nasty crease that breaks color there. So did better than my projection. It came in at a 7.5. The goal for me, and this is just a personal goal that I have, is I always want to be within one grade tier plus or minus of my projection. So I projected 7.0. It means I want to have it be at least a 6.5, a 7.0, or a 7.5. And then when you get above 9s, I want to be with, the grade increments go into 0.2. So I want to be within 0.2 there. So very cool. I already own this in a 7.5 and a 6.5. So it's just a great piece of history. I mean, this program was inside the stadium when the Chiefs, the Packers beat the Chiefs 35-10 that year. It was inside the stadium. Just a great piece of history. And I'm really a big fan of these vintage game programs, either World Series, Super Bowl, Stanley Cup, NBA Finals programs, or game programs where, something really significant happened. Very cool. Off to a good start. I do about, depending on how many shipments I get back from CGC, I do about, 2, 3, 4 unboxing videos a month. I had a stretch there for about 2 or 3 months where my grades were not very good. So I had a number of unboxing videos that were very soft. It's been last month or so, it's been getting a lot better. Last couple unboxing videos have been fantastic. And a 7.5 Super Bowl program, pretty darn good and off to a good start. All right, next up. Oh, baby. Oh, baby! That is a huge grade on this one. This is Magic Johnson, the Lakers Waltz. Oh, that 9.4 is beautiful. You want to know why? That's a pop 1 of 1, none higher. The next highest graded, you got to go all the way down to 8.5. So this one crushes the old record for the highest graded copy in the world. Just destroyed it. Crushed it. So the pop reports are, there's one 9.4, highest graded copy in the world, sitting in my stinking hands right here. There are 2 8.5s. There are 2 8.0s. Issue came out on May 24th, 1982. So this is interesting. My projection on this one was 9.0. So I didn't hit my target, because my target would have been for it to come in either at 8.5, 9.0, or 9.2. I'll take it. Obviously, I'm happy that it came in at a 9.4. I don't know what I was seeing in this that I thought it was a 9.0. But always good to over-deliver on your projections. And as someone who's had over 1,000 slabs graded, let me tell you, you're always overly confident in your grades. Everybody is overly confident in their grades. I'm overly confident in my grades. So, I always kind of go, okay, I take an objective look at it and then, okay, maybe knock it down one grading tier level or something like that, because we always want them to be better than what they are. Love this Magic Johnson cover. I think this is his 5th cover. You had 2 in college. You had that one. I think this is number 5 or number 6. This is from 1982. The Lakers won the NBA Finals that year, 4 games to 2 over the 76ers. A very young-looking Magic Johnson. And even better-looking 9.4. Great grade. Oh, 7.5 World Series program. 9.4 Magic Johnson. Highest graded copy in the world. I would say it could only go down from here, but some of these are pretty darn good, I think. We're gonna see what we got here. Okay, next up. Oh! Box keeps delivering. That's just what happened. This box keeps delivering. Brett Favre, first Sports Illustrated cover. 9.6. Now, this is the highest graded copy in the world. I got to share it. I'm okay. I'm good with that. I'm a nice guy. I'll share the highest graded copy in the world if I have to. There are now 4 9.6s. And that's okay. I'm okay with the 9.6 when it's the highest graded copy, for the most part. I'm a little annoyed at a 9.6. This one came out on January 15th, 1996. So there are now four 9.6s. There are 6 9.4s and 4 9.2s. My projected on this one was 9.2. So I've underprojected all of these. I underprojected the Super Bowl cover by one grade notch. I underprojected the Magic by 2, and I underprojected this one by 2. But that's okay. Better to underproject than overproject. 1 year after the Super Bowl, after this issue came out, Brett Favre won his only Super Bowl in 1997. You know, bad news for Brett Favre. He's in the news these days for some not great things that is happening in his home state of Mississippi, and there's allegations of money misappropriation from government funding and that sort of stuff. I haven't read a whole lot of details about it, but if those allegations turn out to be true, it is not good for Brett Favre. But this is still a great cover. He is still a Hall of Fame quarterback, Super Bowl champion, and beautiful 9.6, pop 1 of 1, none higher, says first Brett Favre cover right there on the label. Man, okay, this box is delivering. I want to keep these good vibes rolling. I got 2 left, 2 huge first covers. That's what's left in this box, 2 huge first covers. Boom! Boom! Didn't think it was going to get better after the 9-4 Magic and the 9-6 Brett Favre. Turns out I was wrong. It just got better. It just got a whole hell of a lot better. 9.8, Akeem Olajuwon, first cover. Says Akeem Olajuwon, first cover. Okay. I'm excited. So let's talk about the fact that it says Akeem Olajuwon, first cover. If you've seen a lot of my videos, you know that this has been a battle. It's been a battle with CGC to put the proper labeling when it's a first cover on there, to break out variants separately. And if you go back a year ago, they weren't labeling nothing. They weren't breaking out any variants. But as a hobby, all of us have been requesting that and requesting it and getting on CGC, emailing support, doing the proper requests when we submit our issues. And CGC, to their credit, slowly but surely has gotten better at it. So hats off to CGC for finally coming around and doing the labeling and the variant breakout right. This is this is awesome. This is freaking awesome. I cannot believe that I got this. I can't believe that I got this. Let's go through some stats on it. Akeem Olajuwon, first Sports Illustrated cover, May 26th, 1986. Before today, the highest graded copy in the world was 8.5. Crushed it. Crushed it to a 9.8. 9.8 Akeem first cover. Come on. So there's one 9.8, there's 3 8.5s, there's 2 8.0s. Again, I was soft on my projection on this one. I projected a 9.4, which, by the way, I don't project 9.8s anymore. The highest I project is a 9.6. CGC, I don't know if they've gotten tougher in their grading, more inconsistent in their grading, but 9.8s are just flat out harder to come by. And the difference between a 9.8 and a 9.6 is really pretty subjective and almost impossible to kind of pinpoint and find the flaw in there. So I don't project 9.8s anymore, but I did project this at a 9.4. My goal was it to be either a 9.2, 9.4, or 9.6. Missed my goal, but I think I'm okay with that. One of the greatest centers of all time. He was an MVP, 2-time champ, 12-time All-Star, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2008. One of the 50 greatest NBA players of all time as declared by the NBA. Is that the... Oh, that's Kareem on there too. I never noticed that. You look real close. You can tell by the naming on the back, and you see the goggles there too. So that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that's that he's dunking over Kareem. Man, this makes this issue even better. Akeem throwing it down over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there. A couple of 7-footers going at each other. I'm almost at a loss for words. This issue is coming up on 40 years old, and I've talked about this a lot. 9.8s are really, really hard to get. As soon as somebody opens a magazine and reads it, for the most part, your 9.8 is shot. So this is a magazine that just sat around for 40 years until I was able to find it raw and get it graded, and it's in perfect shape and a perfect 9.8. Oh, this has been a box. Been a long time. Been too long since I've had a box this good. Super Bowl I game program, 7.5. Magic cover from 1982 at 9.4, highest graded copy in the world. Brett Favre, first cover, 9.6, highest graded copy in the world. Akeem Olajuwon, first cover, 9.8. Pop 101, none higher. It's awesome. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, now I know what this last one is. I don't think this is going to be as good as what we've seen, and that's okay. Still a massive, huge superstar, and their first cover, again, if you're expert level in this hobby, you know by this back cover exactly what this issue is. But I'm not expecting an amazing, crazy grade like the last couple that we've had here. But this is another one that I get great. I don't care what condition it's in. I buy every newsstand copy I can find, regardless of the condition, and I get it graded because that's how big this issue is. Now, this is a 9.8. If this is a 9.8, my tripod's going to tip over, my camera's going to be on the ground, and I'm just going to run around the house for about 10 minutes screaming. So if that happens, I'm going to apologize in advance. I don't think it's a 9.8. 9.2. Not bad. Not bad. 9.2. Tom Brady, first cover. Says first Tom Brady cover right on there. First Tom Brady cover. This is the natural. Okay, so let's talk about this because this is interesting. And people get into, rookie cards and first covers and all that sort of stuff. And so let's look at a little bit of history on this. And let's look to sports cards to kind of see this. So everybody knows the 52 Mickey Mantle is, considered his most desirable card. But it's not his rookie card. Technically, it's his first Topps card. But Bowman in 1951 had a Mickey Mantle card. Both are hugely collectible, but clearly everybody wants the 52 Topps. And a lot of people call the 52 Topps his rookie card, even though Bowman had one out first, but it is the Topps rookie card. So similar situation with Tom Brady. So whenever Sports Illustrated puts out a special collector's edition, they do it for all the Super Bowl winners, any of the major 4 championship winners, and they'll do some other collector's editions. That's actually a separate publication that's not mailed to the subscribers. It's a separate publication you can only buy in the stores, and it's called SI Presents, or Sports Illustrated Presents. And if you look in the CGC census, those are listed separately from the normal weekly Sports Illustrated issues. So Tom Brady's first cover was technically an SI Presents that came out in February 2002, right after the Patriots won the Super Bowl in 2002. This issue came out on April 15th, 2002, 2 months later. And I'm drawing that very specific parallel to the 52 Topps and the 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle to this. Even though the SI Presents, which people call the amazing issue because that was the headline, even though the amazing issue came out first, for whatever reason, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong or whatever, but what the market, as far as pricing goes, tells us is that SI Presents issue, the amazing issue, is not nearly as collectible as this one that came out 2 months later. The natural, that's because that's the headline there. So just something to be aware of. Again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just, telling you what I see in the marketplace as far as pricing and collectability goes. I do see that with other issues for whatever reason, and I don't know why. But the SI Presents seem to be not as collectible as the normal weekly issues that Sports Illustrated pushed out there. Now, we're talking about degrees of collectability here. So at the end of the day, the Tom Brady Amazing issue is super, super collectible. And a 9.8 of that sold on Heritage earlier this year for, I think, about $17,000. In my opinion, a 9.8 Tom Brady in this issue, the natural, would break the all-time record for a graded Sports Illustrated magazine, which currently is the 9.4 Gretzky first cover that sold for $30,000 on Heritage earlier this year. So that's kind of the lowdown in the background on this. Again, Tom Brady, first cover, April 15th, 2002. Pop reports there are 6 9.8s. There are 17 9.6s. There are 10 9.4s. So a little story in there. What that tells me is there's something about this issue that is condition sensitive. Lots have been graded. A lot of 9.4. There's a ton of 9.0s, 9.2s, and all that stuff. But lots of 9.4s, ton of 9.6s, very few 9.8s. So something about this issue when it was manufactured, when it was printed, distributed, whatever, that just caused a flaw. My guess is it's this back cover because it's really dark. The spine's over here where it's all super dark brown, almost black all along that spine. That's where you get spine ticks that break color. My guess is that's where all the flaws pop up on this issue. But so something to be kind of aware of out there when you see just a couple of 9.6s and a ton of 9.4s and 9.6s and just a couple 9.8s and a ton of 9.6s, 9.4s and other ones. It tells you that something's up with that issue and it's really condition sensitive. So I had this projected at a 9.0. So I'm very happy that this came in at a 9.2. It exceeded my projection, but was still within my my plus or minus 1 grading tier on that. Great box. I got to go through these. Okay, 9.2 Brady. That's awesome. We're going to save that one for last. 9.6 Brett Favre. Just a quick recap here. Pop 1 of 4 now. Highest graded copy in the world. Magic Johnson, Lakers Waltz issue from 1982. 9.4, highest graded copy in the world. 7.5, Super Bowl 1 game program. And I still can't believe this. 9.8. Hakeem Olajuwon, first cover. I'm gonna turn the camera off, and I'm just gonna kind of hang out here in my office and look at this thing for probably about an hour. Absolutely amazing. This has been a spectacular box. Whatever slump I was in on these boxing videos a few months ago is over, officially over, because the last 2 unboxing videos were really solid, and this one was just a freaking home run. Appreciate you watching. Like, comment, subscribe here on YouTube. Follow me on social media. Same username everywhere. CGC Sports Illustrated. The King. First cover. 9.8. So awesome. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.